Hi, welcome to my presentation about my culture. So some cultural influences that I chose were food, values, and traditions. So in food, so spices that we use are turmeric and Thai chili peppers. Some of the main components are noodles and rice dishes. One of my favorite dishes is salad curry, which has like potatoes, carrots, and like usually uses turmeric to make the sauce with coconut cream. Some values that my culture influenced me by is holding your family in a high place in your life, making sure you give back to your community, and allowing yourself to accept the good fortune that you have given. So, saying that you give back, you get something in return. Traditions that I chose were celebrating Cambodian New Year, which we share along this Thai and Lao New Year as well. Praying to the dead and bringing them offerings. Going shopping once a year for a traditional skirt, which is something more of my family does. So my identity, growing up as someone who identifies as Cambodian, there were not a lot of kids when growing up also were Cambodian, so I felt somewhat out of place. I grew up not really having friends who had the same cultural connection to me, so I felt kind of embarrassed. But as I grew up, I made a really great group of friends that loved hearing about my culture, which made me even feel more proud to share about myself and be more confident about myself in that sense. I love speaking the language and wish to be able to write it one of these days. Living in San Diego, I have found there is a community of Cambodians, and it's really great to go to temples here and meet other people who share the same cultural identity as me. I really enjoyed being in the Asian American Pacific Islander Club. I'm mostly because I get to meet people there that share things in common, but as well teach them things about my culture that can differentiate. So one person I chose was that influenced me was my grandma. She helped raise me my whole life, made sure I was going to school and getting my degree, taught me how to be strong and fend for myself, not allowing anyone to tear me down. She has always put strong values of family and making sure I understand how life is always changing and that is normal in every sense of way. The second person I chose was my uncle, who taught me to be my unique self and that there will always be someone who's proud of me the way I am, stand up against the wrongs I see and what I believe in. For example, during the pandemic, I went to the Stop Asian Hate protesting, helped me accept myself and my identity as well when my mental state was pretty terrible and I felt like there was no one like really share who I was. And then the cultural like aspect I chose was music, and the song I chose was "Time to Rise" by Vanda. He's a Cambodian rapper based in Cambodia, and "Time to Rise" is about a song that shows a small oppression and like our history and how we're still uprising as a society to get better. The importance of understanding my culture is that I chose to better understand my culture slash my community, who we are all as one, and where we come from and our history. And when I understand my culture, I can bring more awareness and share out about my culture that many would not know about. And I, even though I've never visited or lived in Cambodia, I want to be able to understand and form an idea of how the society there can be for an Asian American. That is my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Thank you.